More U.S.-backed terrorism has struck Venezuela. On Thursday, more than 50 tons of food was torched inside of a warehouse. It was torched by anti-government groups amid ongoing attacks on public infrastructure. Now, the attack took place in the municipalities Simon Bolivar, Barcelona, and Unruhe state, where the attackers infiltrated a government food distribution center. The Ministry of Food is stated that the attackers set fire to the interior of a warehouse, destroying a stockpile of basic food products that were awaiting distribution. Now, the food minister, Rodolfo Marco Torres, described the incident as an act of terrorism and blamed government opposition supporters. Now, state authorities have said that the attackers used an incendiary device. It was a homemade, including Molotov cocktails, and no injuries have been reported, so no one's been physically harmed by this attack. But no arrests have been made in connection to the attack either, and no group has yet come forward claiming responsibility for the incident, and they probably won't, given the heinous nature of their crime. Now, the interior of the warehouse was found defaced with graffiti that said "Viva Leopoldo," which is probably a reference to an imprisoned opposition leader, Leopoldo Lopez. And see, we have the opposition carrying out terrorist attacks like this. They've attacked clinics. They have shot healthcare workers. So there's straight up real tangible terrorism that is going on in the country right now, being perpetrated by the US-backed opposition inside the country. But the mainstream media is just completely silent about the whole thing. You would think 50 tons of food being destroyed in a warehouse would be significant enough to actually make it into the mainstream media. But since they already know it's the US opposition that's carrying out these attacks, they're just sort of pretending that it didn't happen. They're not denying that it happened. They're just not reporting it, as though somehow this isn't significant in any way, shape, or form, when it very much most certainly is. And we're seeing more of the crimes of U.S. imperialism being carried out in Venezuela. They talk about being in opposition to a lack of basic goods, which they themselves are causing, which the United States is sabotaging. And then they turn around and burn 50 tons of food and then decry a shortage of food. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I mean, it makes sense when we see what this is really just a sabotage, a whole sabotage effort. And it just speaks more to how completely the blinders that the mainstream media is using right now to allow them to just pretend all this terrorism isn't going on right now. And this should be denounced by every news organization, every NGO that claims to be against terrorism should be denouncing these attacks right now. But no, they are absolutely silent on the issue because all of this is being done at the behest of U.S. imperialism. And this is all a part of the strategy to try to destabilize Venezuela and to try to undo the gains of the Bolivarian Revolution. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.